Eastern Samar State University joins the global celebration of Open Government Week. In a world that calls for transparency, accountability, and meaningful participation, Eastern Samar State University proudly stands as one with the nation in celebrating Open Government Week 2026. As a premier state university in Eastern Visayas, ESSU continues to champion not only in academic excellence, but also responsive leadership, inclusive governance, and genuine public service. Through innovation, collaboration, and community engagement, ESSU opens its doors to conversations that matter, creating spaces where students, educators, stakeholders, and communities work together toward progress and transformation. As we join institutions across the Philippines and around the world, we reaffirm our mission to become a university that listens, serves, and leads with integrity. Eastern Samar State University, one with the nation in celebrating Open Government Week 2026.
Unang naglandfall ang bagyong Yolanda at pandemic.
Earthquake strikes the coast of Eastern Samar.
I am Andres C. Fugatbatan Jr., University President of Eastern Samar State University. In a community shaped by crisis, through a global pandemic and the devastation of Typhoon Haiyan, we have learned that leadership is not defined by ease, but resilience. Eastern Samar is no stranger to disaster. The memory of Typhoon Haiyan, one of the most devastating calamities to ever strike the region, remains deeply embedded in the consciousness of the university. It is from this history that the leadership was shaped, one that understands that preparedness, swift action, and decisive leadership are not optional but necessary. So when earthquake struck our province, that resilience was tested once more. With safety at risk, we made a decisive choice to suspend face-to-face classes and shift to asynchronous learning. It was not easy. It was not popular, but leadership demands courage. The courage to act with responsibility even in the face of doubt. And in doing so, we protected lives while ensuring that education continued. As conditions improved, our focus turned to recovery, not just reopening classrooms, but restoring trust. We listened to our students, we engaged our stakeholders, we worked with partner agencies. Through inspections, consultations, psychosocial support, and disaster preparedness initiatives, we ensured that our return to face-to-face learning was safe, inclusive, and responsible. And beyond recovery, we look to the future. Today, we take a bold step forward with the establishment of our College of Medicine. We are building a program that responds to a greater need, accessible healthcare for our people. It is a commitment to serve, to save lives, and to shape the future of our region. Because at Eastern Samar State University, leadership is not about position, it is about purpose.
Welcome to this video on transparency and accountability in community extension program management at Eastern Samar State University in the context of the phosphorus monohydride OGP nationwide advocacy campaign. Our governance framework provides a comprehensive system of checks and balances. This system ensures effective management of the extension program, from initial conception to final impact assessment. Transparent planning is grounded in need. Conception and Planning Section 1 requires programs to be evidence-based, using a mandatory community needs assessment and aligned with national and global development plans. All projects must have a prior approved annual extension work plan on file. Accountability in proposal preparation enforces the one leader rule, which limits a faculty member to one active project to maximize focus and quality. Furthermore, Traceability ensures every proposal is linked back to the approved annual work plan, preventing unauthorized, off-the-grid projects. The transparent approval pathway involves multiple checks. This includes digital submission, integrated technical and financial review, endorsement by the TISO director, approval from the university president, and the final issuance of the implementation clearance. Fiduciary accountability is maintained through several control measures. These include fund confirmation, strict adherence to procurement rules, disbursement review by the Finance Division, and a formal process for deviation requests, ensuring financial integrity. Accountability in implementation, Section IV, requires verifiable evidence for every milestone. This is captured through attendance sheets, photo documentation, periodic progress reports, and monitoring check-ins, ensuring service delivery is verified. Partnership transparency, Section V, includes legal review, Board of Regents approval, and mandatory notarization. This ensures all formal agreements have institutional and legal sufficiency, guaranteeing external accountability and legal effectivity. The four-level validation system, Section 6, is critical. No extension activity is officially recognized without passing rigorous validation from the academic unit, TISO, Quality Assurance Office, and external bodies. This prevents paper-only projects and ensures data integrity for rankings. Failure to strictly observe OOM policies results in severe compliance consequences. These include institutional erasure from official reports, rating penalties, denial of incentives, and potential administrative disciplinary actions for policy violations. This video presents the strategic blueprint for extension excellence. It is a proposal for the approval of the revised TISO Office Operations Manual, the 2026 edition, version 4. We request immediate BOR approval of the updated TISO Office Operations Manual. This version focuses on modernization, compliance with new mandates, and impact, safeguarding funding and accelerating international ranking metrics. Version 4 of the OOM addresses mandatory updates in staffing, new survey demands, necessary strategy adjustments, and streamlined operations rules. An update is legally and institutionally necessary for accreditation and government funding. The OOM translates the institutional vision into daily execution, providing a step-by-step procedural reality for faculty, clear accountability for coordinators, and evidence-based community impact metrics. The OOM is the definitive operational expression of the board's strategic vision. The OOM outlines the 6 interconnected phases of the extension lifecycle: conception and planning, proposal preparation, submission and evaluation, management and delivery, establishing linkages, and monitoring and evaluation. We are activating newly funded extension plantilla positions, aligning workflows across all 6 sections to the extension specialist and extension coordinator items. This eliminates accountability gaps and ensures compliance with the latest government staffing standards based on DBM CHED Joint Circular Number 01/S/2023. The new manual modernizes client satisfaction and validation metrics. We completely replaced obsolete monitoring and evaluation tools to comply with GHH Ed Memorandum Order Number 18/S/2025. This introduces a rigorous 4-step validation process, ensuring data accuracy. We are establishing a single, authoritative partnership pipeline by integrating and reconciling OPRE Memo Number 622 and TISO Memo Number 019/S/2025. This eliminates conflicting instructions, providing a single, seamless track for all MOA and MOU processing, from initiation to legal execution. To improve institutional agility, we introduce the Expedited Special Track. This innovation guarantees a 3-working-day evaluation for time-sensitive, partner-initiated, or externally funded grants and emergency response activities, streamlining the process and eliminating bureaucratic bottlenecks. This table highlights the operational delta between the 2023 and 2026 editions. Version 4 ensures compliance with new mandates for staffing roles, client surveys, MOA processing, and the strategic framework. The 2026 edition of the OOM is designed to be fully compliant, enabling us to be eligible for government funding and to maximize our performance in external accreditation and ranking exercises. This is a summary of the compliance landscape. The 2026 OOM is the necessary institutional response to ensure alignment with all current national directives. We are committed to delivering on the university's mandate to serve Eastern Samar with integrity and excellence. Our commitment to transparency and accountability drives our performance. ensuring that every extension project creates a lasting legacy for the people of Eastern Samar. This is institutional excellence, scaling community transformation through integrity. Thank you for viewing this video. This project is committed to ensuring integrity in every outreach activity of the Training and Extension Services Office at Eastern Samar State University. Welcome to this video on strengthening feedback systems and citizen participation in extension services. We will be discussing how to ensure excellence, accountability, and service in university extension. Extension is a mandated function of Eastern Samar State University, bridging technology generation and grassroots application. Based on CMO 52, series of 2016, Extension provides evidence-based answers to social and economic challenges through collaboration. Version 3 of the ESSU OOM TESO integrates ISO 9001-2015 standards for maximum customer satisfaction and performance excellence. Our strategic direction includes a vision of being a technologically advanced university, producing competitive leaders. Our mission is to provide quality education responsive to national and global needs. The quality policy is, di kalidad nga edukasyon, kinabuhi nga may nuswagon. The HARIGI banner program stands for Hastening Measures to Alleviate Poverty Through Policy Reforms and Scientific Innovations. It aims for sustainable growth and social inclusion, emphasizing healthy environments, advanced skills, resiliency, growth, innovation, and inclusive society. Extension delivery approaches include capacity enhancement training for marginalized sectors and technology demonstrations for research-based innovations. We also provide technical advisory for operational improvement and participatory development to involve partner sectors in decision-making. We empower citizen participation through 3 programs. USWAG provides strategic interventions for community growth. TUTDO focuses on technology utilization and knowledge transfer for organizations. BULIG involves student government-led leadership and volunteerism initiatives. Citizen participation is essential, starting from problem diagnosis to technology evaluation. Strengthening feedback mechanisms is achieved through client-centric monitoring. This includes the mandatory Client Satisfaction Feedback Form, ESSU TISO 402, Community Needs Assessment CNA Form 400, and Impact Assessment conducted 1 year post-completion to ensure sustainability. Our responsiveness targets include efficiency benchmarks for citizen satisfaction. We aim for a 100% response to training requests and technical advice within 3 working days. Monthly and quarterly reporting cycles are also required for all project leaders. These are the standard operating quality forms. ESSU TISO 402 measures service quality and relevance. ESSU TISO 400 identifies priority interventions. ESSU TISO 306 serves as evidence of project completion. ESSU TISO 404B verifies long-term community growth. Linkaging and fund sourcing are unified through a research-based pluralistic collaborative modality. Locally, we engage directly with LGUs. Nationally, we partner with DOST, DTI, CHED, and DSWD. Internationally, we establish offshore linkages for global technology verification. Thank you for watching this video. We appreciate your attention to strengthening feedback systems and citizen participation in extension services. Welcome to Open Government in Action. Our campaign, OG Penis, is all about open government in action across the regions. We invite you to co-create, collaborate, and contribute. Dr. Ma, Natalia A. Siasico emphasized the need for clear and accountable processes. Sustainable extension programs must be built on open governance and verified metrics, rooted in transparency. We promote active partnering. Hilario Domingo Chicano highlights that community members are active partners, not just aid recipients. Dexter D. Orgason spoke on utilizing real-time feedback loops to address regional needs. Our core strategy is built on 3 pillars: transparency, maintaining visible and open processes; co-creation, designing collective solutions with the community; and trust, fostering institutional trust through ethical leadership. This is a call to action. Institutionalizing participatory governance ensures Eastern Samar State University remains a beacon of integrity. Let's carry the spirit of national advocacy into every region we serve. Let us uphold the motto of the National Advocacy Campaign 2026, Open Government in Action across the regions. Thank you for joining OG Penis for Open House Day 3 on community engagement. Together, we can co-create, collaborate, and contribute.
Welcome, everyone. Look, if you're a student organization officer or a campus leader at Eastern Samar State University, you are absolutely in the right place today. We're diving right into the ultimate practical explainer to help you master the university's financial workflow. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dealing with financial paperwork and endless signatures isn't exactly the most glamorous part of campus leadership, but honestly, it is undoubtedly one of the most critical. So by the end of this explainer, you're going to have a super clear, structured understanding of exactly how money moves through ESAU, and more importantly, your specific role in making it happen efficiently. Let's get right into it. So here it is, the million-dollar question. Why do university funds take so long to process? I totally hear your frustration on this one. You've planned this amazing student activity. The dates are locked, everyone's hyped, and then the funds get caught in what feels like this endless, totally confusing maze of paperwork. You're probably wondering, why can't it just be as simple as swiping a card or grabbing some cash? Well, today we're going to look at the essential why behind all that bureaucracy. Because here's the thing, it's actually not just red tape for the sake of red tape. There's a massive legal and ethical structure at play here. To figure all this out, we've got a quick roadmap. 1. The weight of public funds. 2. The legal rulebook. 3. The ESSU disbursement pathway. And finally, 4. The student leader checklist. Starting with Section 1, the weight of public funds. Okay, we really need to shift our perspective for a second. When we talk about processing times, it's so easy to just roll our eyes at the bureaucracy. But what we're actually dealing with here is the massive responsibility of handling public resources. Public funds, they're definitely not free money, and they are certainly not privately owned cash that belongs to university officials or even student leaders. Think about your next big campus event. Maybe it's a huge leadership seminar or a cultural night. The money funding that isn't just some generic budget. It's taxpayer money held in trust. State universities and colleges, or SUCs like ESSU, they act as custodians. This funding comes from taxpayers, internally generated funds, and massive government subsidies like RA 10931. And because these funds literally belong to the Filipino people, they have to be used lawfully and transparently. The big takeaway for you here is that when you, as a student leader, are running university-funded events, you actually become an indirect handler of this public trust. Public office is a public trust. That's not just a catchy slogan. That's straight out of Article 11 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution. It's the absolute foundation of government accountability. And honestly, it really elevates your role as a student leader. All that strict documentation and those rigid procedures you have to follow, they aren't just there to annoy you. They're actually designed as a strict defense mechanism. They protect against corruption, overpricing, ghost purchases, and any misuse of taxpayer money. Proper financial management is basically how you honor that public trust. Moving on to Section 2, the legal rule book. I want you to start looking at these legislative guardrails not as annoying obstacles trying to ruin your events, but as literal shields. These are the laws that protect your organization's credibility and make sure everything you do is totally above board. The first major shield is RA 10931, which you probably know as the free tuition law. Now, how did this change the game financially? Well, because tuition collections basically vanished, the national government had to massively step up its subsidies to SUCs to cover the bills. And, as you might guess, with a huge influx of government funding comes significantly stricter scrutiny and auditing from the Commission on Audit, or COA. More money simply means more reporting requirements, which is exactly why your disbursement systems have to be so rigorous today. Then, we have this absolute bedrock principle from the Constitution. No money shall be paid out of the Treasury except in pursuance of an appropriation made by law. This is exactly why you can't just spend money on a whim, even if it's for a genuinely incredible student activity. Every single peso spent requires legal authority. That means your student events have to operate strictly within approved budgets and for entirely lawful purposes. Honestly, if it's not appropriated, it just cannot be spent. It really is that simple. So let's see how this translates into the actual operational laws you're going to run into. We've got PD 1445 on one side and RA 9184 on the other. Let's break this down simply. Imagine you need to buy sound equipment for a massive campus concert. Presidential Decree 1445 is the government auditing code. This is all about proper documentation, lawful spending, and personal accountability. It's the exact laws COA is going to cite when they're looking for the proper receipts for that sound system. On the flip side, Republic Act 9184 is the Procurement Reform Act. This one dictates how you actually buy things in the first place. It demands competitive bidding, transparent supplier selection, and basically ensures you're getting a fair price for those speakers. So, to sum it up, PD 1445 audits the spending, while RA 9184 controls the buying. You gotta satisfy both.
All right, Section 3, the ESSU disbursement pathway. Let's see how this actually works in practice.
We're going to map out the university's complex office structure like a streamlined conveyor belt. Step 1. It starts with you, the end user, submitting your proposal to the Student Affairs Office since they supervise your activities. Moving right along to Step 2. It hits the ESSU Budget Office. They check if you actually have an allotment and if the funds are specifically available for that classification. Then, Step 3. It goes straight over to the Internal Control Office for a pre-audit. They're just making sure all those strict COA documentary requirements are properly attached. Step 4, the Accounting Office reviews the legality, checks for completeness, and signs the disbursement vouchers. Almost there. Step 5, the Cashier or Treasury Office handles preparing the check or setting up the digital payment. And finally, Step 6, the University President approves major expenditures, and then, after the fact, the COA auditor conducts a post-audit to verify everything was done right. It's a really meticulous, step-by-step conveyor belt designed to catch any errors before a single peso ever leaves the university.
Now, I definitely need to highlight a super common bottleneck that drives student leaders crazy. Look at the difference here between appropriated funds and available cash. An activity can be completely approved on paper, meaning the funds are appropriated and authorized by law, but the actual cash might not be sitting in the university's bank account yet. It's kind of like getting permission from your parents to buy a new laptop, but you still have to wait for them to actually transfer the money into your account, right? The Department of Budget and Management, or DBM, has to release what's called a Notice of Cash Allocation, or NCA. And until that NCA is released to the university, the cash literally just isn't available to hand out. So the crucial thing to remember here is an approved budget absolutely does not automatically mean cash is instantly available. Which brings us to Section 4, the Student Leader Checklist. We've covered the why and the how, so now let's focus on the what. What exactly do you need to do to navigate this whole system successfully? Well, here are your absolute do's for preparing and liquidating your funds. First and foremost, you gotta plan early. You saw that 6-step pathway. It definitely takes time. Make sure you coordinate proactively with the university offices. Keep every single original document. COA really does not like photocopies of receipts. Make sure you strictly follow those procurement procedures under RA 9184 that we talked about earlier. Always maintain transparency, secure all of your approvals before you buy anything, and please keep your records meticulously organized. If you stick to these best practices, you'll ensure your disbursements are efficient and prevent those agonizing delays for your events. And equally important, here are your critical don'ts. Never make unauthorized purchases. Remember our rule? No budget, no spending. Never, ever fabricate receipts. That is literally falsification of documents and a massive legal issue that you absolutely do not want to cross. Don't artificially split up purchases just to try and sneak around bidding rules. Never spend beyond your officially approved budget, and please, whatever you do, do not delay your liquidation. Avoiding these pitfalls is so incredibly important. It prevents audit findings from COA, and more than that, it protects your student organization's credibility and its ability to actually get funding in the future.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. Will your financial management build trust, or is it going to damage future student support? Every single receipt you submit, every budget you plan, and every rule you follow is a direct reflection of your leadership. Responsibly handling these public funds doesn't just pay for one single event. It ultimately protects the credibility of the entire university and empowers the whole student body for years and years to come. Thank you so much for joining me to figure out the ESSU disbursement process. Keep planning, keep leading, and definitely keep those documents organized.